It's Thanksgiving every day to us, but I don't think we'll never, ever celebrate Thanksgiving the way we normally do no more.
A tragedy that would break anybody's heart. A South Fulton father is devastated after his 3-year-old nephew accidentally shot and killed his 5-year-old daughter. The shooting happened on Thanksgiving as the family celebrated the holiday. As Fox 5's Angelique Proctor tells us, the child's death follows the death of her mother in January from an illness.
The Eberhard and Towns families tell me Thanksgiving will never quite be the same. They say losing little Khalees on that family holiday has been extremely difficult.
It's Thanksgiving every day to us, but I don't think we'll never, ever celebrate Thanksgiving the way we normally do no more.
Grandmom Tracy Towns is trying to be strong for her son, Nate Eberhard. The father of 3 lost his little girl, Khalees, when his 3-year-old nephew accidentally discharged his gun Thanksgiving evening. Nate, who was in the apartment with family at the time of the shooting, calls it the worst day of his life.
I wasn't careless. My baby was shot. I didn't do nothing wrong. I was going through the pain.
Mr. Eberhard, who was hospitalized with COVID in September, tells us the family had just arrived at the apartment when the unthinkable happened.
Not even 5 minutes later, like we wasn't even settled in the house. You know, you heard a pop, and I went to looking around. I thought it was a balloon. I saw my nephew. He started freaking out after it happened. So I was checking around, and I saw the blood. I saw my little girl bleeding, so we grabbed her and tried to stop the bleeding.
South Fulton police tell us the shooting was an accident. The chief says the adults hid the weapon under a sofa cushion, but the 3-year-old found it.
The weapon was just left accessible to the children playing in the living room.
Grandmom says Khalees, who was a twin and little sister, will be missed.
Very vibrant, charismatic spirit. She kept you laughing. She always had a smile on her face. She always was happy. I mean, and that's how I want people to remember her.
The police chief in the city of South Fulton tells me the decision on whether charges will be filed will be left to the Fulton County District Attorney. What else did the chief tell you tonight?
Well, the chief here says that Khalees was rushed to a local hospital where she later died. He also says this is the 3rd child to die from a shooting in the city of South Fulton.
Father God, we thank you right now for this baby, Lord, right now.
A sea of candles, a trio of teddy bears, and dozens of loved ones holding balloons, all coming together to remember a young life gone too soon.
We're here to celebrate the life that she has lived on this earth for 5 years. And that's all we can do, and that's all the memories that we have of her is on this earth for 5 years.
I don't think anyone can imagine losing a 5-year-old.
That pain is real for Tracy Towns, Khalees' paternal grandmother.
Khalees was a very vibrant little girl. She was very charismatic. She was very smart, and she just liked to stay busy. She always liked to be doing something.
Towns says the family has already dealt with a lot of tragedy this year. Khalees' mother died earlier in the year, leaving her father to care for these 3 young children on his own. He shed tears at this candlelight vigil Saturday evening. Khalees leaves behind a 6-year-old brother and her twin, who's distraught over her death.
Her and her twin had a great bond. They, when you seen one, you seen the other one. They always were holding hands, hugging. You know, they was always together. They talked to one another. They had a language that nobody else could understand.
Right now we're in the holiday season and our children are home from school.
City of South Fulton Police Chief Keith Meadows has this message for the community.
We understand everybody's right to bear arms, but we would implore parents to be particularly aware of gun safety. If you don't have a lock box, get a gun lock. If you don't have a gun lock, then please consider unloading the weapon.
The family remembers Khalees' infectious spirit and warm smile as they remember her life and mourn her tragic death.